Damn, I low-key suck ass at making videos. It's been quite some time since my last video, and I promise I'm gonna finish Metro 2033. Unlike Final Fantasy X, that game's too long for this channel. Anyways, this video is gonna be a little different from what you usually see from me, since this is a review of a game called No More Heroes 2. I don't want to waste any more time than I already have. Let's just... No More Heroes 2 is an action game released in January 26th, 2010 on the Wii, and is a sequel to the original that came out in 2008 on the same console. It received a good amount of praise, with reviews ranging from 7s to 8s out of 10 respectively. Now, I've played No More Heroes 1 already, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's got a simple but fun combat system, a seemingly tedious but charming job system, one of my favorite stories ever told.
I want to be number one. How's that? Short and simple enough for you?
And one of my favorite main characters of all time.
Everybody deals with grief differently, right? Some people fuck at funerals. I cut off heads.
It is, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10. Objectively speaking, that sentence might sound like something uttered by a 12-year-old, but it's true. Deal with it. Now, the sequel is, it's not bad by any means. Oh no, I wouldn't blame you at all if you had this game over the first one. There's just a lot of things that bring it down, but there's also an equal amount of things that it just straight up improves from the first game. Starting with... The combat can only be described as a straight-up improvement from the first game across the board. The beam katana feels punchier and impactful, the finishers are more satisfying and adrenaline-inducing, combined with the phenomenal soundtrack and over-the-top gore really gets your blood pumping. The small but excellent selection of weapons also help this, which include Bloodberry, simple but reliable, Tsubaki Mark III, as it's called in the first game, it's just a better version of the previous beam katana, Peony, or Pony, whatever you pronounce it, long as shit, slow as shit, but fat damage, Rose Nasty, a dual beam katana that offers the fastest combos and the objectively coolest looking finishers in the game. It's also my personal favorite. The combat also includes this roulette that spins every time you kill an enemy, each different jackpot offering a different temporary mode, which are all busted as shit. I forgot what they all do, but one of them turns you into Tiger, and I think that's all you really need to know. There's also the judo moves, which also offer some more combos you can do alongside your beam katana combos. And if you're good with it, you can even one-shot enemies without getting them to half health. The bosses are definitely a strong point in this game, maybe even its best quality, but it's also unfortunately not something that's been improved from the first game. They're all memorable, sure, but they didn't really impact me the way the first game's bosses did. Think of it this way. In the first game, it starts off as a cool, badass story about this underground assassin trying to make it to the top, but progressively gets darker and more dreadful. Travis is visibly less excited at every rank he reaches, until eventually, at the end of the game, he faces the true reason behind all his actions. In No More Heroes 2, it's just Devil May Cry-esque until the Vladimir and Alice fights, which were the only ones that made me feel in any type of way the first game did. And then with the final boss, it's back to Devil May Cry, and most of them are kinda easy. There's only 3 bosses I can think of at the top of my head that gave me any type of significant trouble playing this game, something that isn't present in the first game. Anyhow, my top 5 bosses, not in order, would definitely be Margaret Moonlight. In terms of gameplay, she's similar to the End from Metal Gear Solid 3. She stays back and shoots you with her sniper, and you have to wait for her to come down. It's fun, and along with her catchy as hell theme, it makes for a really good boss fight. Also, her interactions with Travis were spot on.
Riveting melody, isn't it?
Catchy as hell.
Did you memorize the song?
100%.
That is so sublime.
Vladimir Taktarov, Soviet astronaut that shoots lasers from afar. What's there not to love? Gameplay-wise, he's not the best, but he definitely has the best interactions with Travis, tied with Margaret.
Volk, my ship.
It's over, Captain.
This is Earth.
Yeah. Welcome home.
So, I'm finally back. After all this time. Fresh oxygen, blue sky, beautiful as I remember.
Glory to the Soviet Union.
Charlie McDonald. It's a Gundam fight where he go into space. I don't think I need to explain why this one is here. Alice Twilight, the most dreadful boss fight on here. That on top of her General Grievous-esque design really makes her a top tier boss fight. Skelter Helter, arguably a better intro fight than Death Metal from the first game, but that's debatable. Like the bosses, the story is a strong point, but definitely worse than the first game. The story starts off very well, but its ending left me desiring more. Much more. It follows Travis Touchdown, an otaku who won a beam katana at an auction and decided to become the #1 assassin in Santa Destroy. After doing so in the first game, he walked away from being an assassin and became an urban legend that many doubt was even real. After 3 years, he returned to work as an assassin again and fights Skelter Helter, the brother of the guy from the intro of the first game.
Anywho, I decided to get a job. The gig? Assassinate the Drifter. So I went where I was supposed to and waited for the guy to show up. And there he was. This cat, well-dressed, cool, couldn't tell if he was the shit or just plain old shit. Yeah, so he's styling, fast, aggressive, and packing heat. Bada bing. Or at least it was supposed to be.
Once you defeat him, he starts rambling on about how you can't kill him without consequence, and that Travis will be burdened by vengeance. Can't be bothered to explain it, just watch this.
Hey! We're not done yet. I've got a message for you.
Oh my, he is still alive.
Pain in my ass. Why aren't you dead yet?
Such blind arrogance, like the naked emperor.
Seriously? I cut off your head?
Travis! You are the loser. This fight was only part of our plan.
Our plan?
I said I'd avenge you killing my brother, didn't I? Well, who's been a brother to you?
What?
Travis. Don't think you can kill without suffering consequences. To kill someone is not simply to end their life. One must risk their entire being in order to destroy another's. Up until now, you've had it easy. I've taken the curse you gave me, the shackles of revenge, and I'm throwing them back on you. Now it's your turn to be burdened with another's death. It has destroyed me, and it will destroy you too. This is the ultimate vengeance!
After which we find out that Bishop, Travis's best friend, gets killed and the plot of the game starts. Get revenge. Now the start is really solid, but what really gets to me is the ending. You kill the final boss and that's it. No cutscene, no post-credits, no secret boss, no nothing. You kill the final boss, Sylvia saves you, and you both ride off into the sunset. Everything in between is fire. Peak even. But I feel like it's all boggled down by how anticlimactic the ending is. What I really like about the story here though is how they elaborated on Travis and Henry's relationship. Henry was a masterpiece of a fight and plot twist at the end of No More Heroes 1, and seeing how they interact after that is very cool and interesting to see. Oh yeah, you get to shortly play as him too, which I thought was pretty cool. Another character that got improved even more was Shinobu, aka the only character Travis spared in the first game. You also get to play as her and fight a returning boss from the first game, Destroy Man.
Whatever, but which one?
Doesn't matter. Your choice.
One that's throbbing.
Her section was very fun and comedic to play through. I loved damn near every second of it. One thing I didn't like about Shinobu, however, is how she tried to do something with Travis. Yeah, I should elaborate. She tried to do it with Travis in his living room next to his sleeping brother. Travis, being the gentleman that he is, declines because A, he already has a bad bitch on standby at all times, and B, this ain't no Diddy party. Other than that, yeah, Shinobu is pretty awesome. Another character that gets developed further in this game is the aforementioned Sylvia. Her monologues about the bosses you are gonna fight and her secret obsessiveness with Travis were at full display here, and it's very interesting to see her mask slip as the game goes on. Unlike the first game, where there was an open world with different jobs you had to do for money, it's all boiled down to a menu. In the first game, you had to do the previously mentioned jobs to buy new beam katanas and pay the required fee to do the next main mission. In this game, all the jobs are now NES-style minigames, and the fees are gone. The only thing you have to pay for now is the beam katanas and going to the gym. Now, I'm very split on this decision. On one hand, it makes everything much more convenient to go through. On the other, you cut out half of the game. The jobs being NES minigames now don't help either. I ended up just finding the easiest one to do, that being the one where you cook the steaks, and stuck with that until the end of the game. Instead of experimenting with all of them like I did in the first game, most of the minigames are too tedious to play through, which sucks because I loved the minigames in the first game. Yes, they were clunky as hell, but they were easy and quick enough to where it doesn't feel like a slog to play through. And the gym games were much better in the first game too. They were slightly difficult, but they were manageable. In this game, you have to do a dexterity test that is arguably harder than anything else in the game. Who thought this was a good idea? Later on in the game, you unlock the revenge missions, which are just quick, timed killing sprees you can do if you feel like it. I don't know if these are optional or not. I did them all because why not, but it was never indicated whether or not you had to do them. They're just kinda there. I cannot talk about this game without talking about the soundtrack. All, and I mean all of the No More Heroes games have some of the best soundtracks I've ever heard, period. And this game is no different. From the cool main battle theme that plays at the start of the game,
No more heroes, it's hero, the hero, catch nobody but yourself, nothing less to do.
to the boss themes, to my favorite track in this game, Margaret's theme.
Reaper, Reaper, that's what people call me. Why? 'Cause they all die. When I sing, I am their life. You act as though payback makes you a noble man. Is that a fact? Well, you're a goddamn Philistine. Reaper, Reaper, that's what people call me. Why? 'Cause they all die. When I sing, I am their lives. You act as though payback makes you a noble man. Is that a fact? Well, you're a goddamn Philistine.
They all kick ass. Margaret's theme is so good, Travis Touchdown himself acknowledges it.
Riveting melody, isn't it?
Catchy as hell.
I don't think I need to elaborate anymore. You can hear what you're hearing right now. It's peak. Overall, while I have a lot of gripes and issues with this game, and keep saying how it's worse than the first game, it's very much still a very good game on its own. It has a lot to love for, and you can tell everyone on board had a lot of fun making this. It's packed to the brim with charm, and I don't think we'll ever get a series like this anytime soon. No More Heroes 1 is definitely a 10 out of 10 in my book, and with that in mind, I think this game is a solid 8. Good gameplay, good story, good bosses, okay side content, banging music. This game is a full package, and you won't be disappointed. This game takes anywhere between 10 to 15 hours to beat, so it's a short but sweet ride through and through. Do I recommend playing it? Hell yeah, but only if you've played the first one. Playing this one and then one feels kind of redundant, but if you really want to do it that way, go for it, I guess. Anyways, that's all. I can't speak on what my next videos are going to be, but things you can definitely look forward to are a Final Fantasy X review and the continuation of my Metro 2033 playthrough.